Hey there, folks. It's the end of the week here. Let's go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target. Ooh, fun. Fun, 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 fun. It looks to me like these shapes and these shapes are slightly different, doesn't it? Okay. So what are we looking at here? What do we think the shapes are? Is this 1, 2, 3 shapes? Is it 6 shapes? Okay. We need to make a decision about how to do this. I find myself wanting to use the blank template with 3 elements, and I kind of want to do a flex. So let's make a width, and that width is going to be not very big. How about 30? And let's do display flex. And we need a gap. I need to set these margins a little bit differently. And if I do a margin, I go a gap of, well, it's whatever this distance is, right? From here to here. So that's here is 143 to 183, so 40, gap of 40 pixels. Okay. And then let's do a border solid this color, and then we need 2 numbers, we need 3 numbers. Border width and I guess we could do a justify. We'll start with a justify content center, align items center, and I haven't forgotten about these lines over here, by the way, but you know, you just know that that's a thing that's happening. All right, border width is probably something like 60, 0, 80, I think is what I'm seeing, some number like that. That's what we got so far. Oh, we have this eye bleeding red on the body. Sorry about that. And we don't need a background on these elements. No, we don't. Okay, so what do we need to do? So the middle one's different, and we need some way to discriminate, make it a little bit different. Let's call it B. And the height on that one is going to be a little taller, 120, let's say. Height. Okay, getting there. All right, so this is where it gets, how about 80 is the height? 81, 82. Interesting margins here. I find myself wanting to do okay, so what happens if we don't make the browser do any of that? So let's do some margins. We'll do margin. I'm going to set numbers for all of them. So this final one is the one we care about first. 100, 10, 20, 15. Okay. And then we need what? Well, we got 2 different issues here. We have several issues. My patience level is low. I can feel that in myself, and that is no good for doing a CSS battle. So let's find our patience level here a little bit. Okay. I think what I want to do is push this down. I know that's not 20, 30. 40, 50, 40, 41. No, 39. There we go. Okay, now we need to change these numbers. How about 50? Perfect. And then this bottom number is what? So the bottom number has to be smaller, maybe 60. So 50, 0, 60. Okay, and that does it. Now, that does mean this one is a little bit different. And so what I want to do is do a translate. Translate 0 negative. So I'm not going to use margins. I'm going to avoid the margin issue by cheating. 2, 3, 30, okay? And then we change the height of this to make it taller. And what's that height? Height of the other existing one is 80. Let's make it 100. 10, 20, 30, 40. And there it is. Gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Do I still want flex? Yeah, I still want flex. And then we'll do this is a linear gradient. Linear gradient coming in from the side, 90 degrees. This color, let's say, well, what's the width? The width is from here over to 105 pixels, 105 pixels. Transparent. 0, and that other color stop is probably 295 pixels. And then this color again. And then that's our color stop. And that is at 0, 50%, and then it has a width 100% and a height of 20 pixels or something. And then it repeats on the x-axis, and that's how you get a stripe like that. So 3. Oh, it's not right in the middle. So this is the vertical alignment that I chose. There it is, and then let's make it taller. 40, no, 30, no, 20. There it is. And now we want a background color, and there it is. I think that's a good solution. I think. Yeah, I think that's perfectly acceptable. This is clearly one you could do in a lot of different ways. If you make this element, you can do 2 box shadows, and probably if you do a box shadow here, then you get, and then flip the other one upside down and make it a little bit taller. That's also a nice way to do that. Do I want to do that? Let's minify. I'm going to copy and paste this, and then minify, unit replace, submit for a final answer. But I admit we got a lot of like display, flex, and a lot of stuff that normally I would not do. Like it's not really awesome. Yeah, I think that's the final. Okay, so what are we going to get rid of? I'm keeping the linear gradient and getting rid of everything else. Like, nope, I don't want any of those, the rest of those things. But I do want 2 elements, 2 paragraph elements. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to get rid of that, not do it as a border. We're going to just do a background of this color. And we need a height, we don't need a width, and we don't need a border. Okay, so we need to make 1 element. And so to do that, we want, what do we want? We want margin 40, 300, 0, 100 or 40 or something. Okay, so that's what we got right now. And let's just we'll get rid of the second one here by turning it into an X. Okay, so we just want to put this into this spot. To do that, we use margins 5, 55, and then more number here. So this 2, 5. Let's say 45, 46, 47. This height needs to be 50, we decided, yeah. And then 100 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, and I've forgotten. There's a better way to do this. Okay, well, okay. Because what I really want to do, I want to make the middle one, don't I? Yeah, I want to make the middle one. Why don't make this one on the side? Because it's just going to be slightly easier. I have less margin numbers to deal with. Okay, so to do that, there it is. Okay, so we want to make the middle one. So that's 174, 5, 6, 7, and then this number is less, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. That's thing 1. And let's go ahead and make thing 2. Thing 2 is going to be taller. And so we don't need B. P plus P gets us the adjacency selector and gets us the second paragraph element. And then its margins, or its height, is 60. And right now, or no, did we say it was 80? I think we said it was 80. 80. No, 60. Is that right? Okay. And then so we can alter that with this margin number, 20. $100, 20, 30, 40. Beautiful. So I'm going to get rid of that, and then I'm going to do background, box shadow. So we don't get a box shadow for free underneath of it. So I do need the background. It should be the start color. And then the box shadow needs to be over a little bit, 20 pixels, and then down a little bit, 30 pixels. So over more, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the next one should be minus 70 pixels, 30 pixels. Gorgeous. Then for this one, we're going to turn it upside down. So we're going to do scale -1, which works perfectly well. Now, is there a win? Oh, also, you see, so this is one of the subtle things. So this color, I have to put color in as well. But obviously it's very clean. This background of this is kind of a pain. So if, so basically it's this. If I try to do a background, so if I don't do this background, I can't then add 0, 0. Oh, wait, can I do, I can do an inset. Here it is. Trying some weird units here. So I can do an inset box shadow and not use background colon and then the color. So I can use box shadow inside it, because even though that element doesn't have any color to it, you can't put a box shadow under it, because the box shadow only is peeking out of the thing. That's the tricky part of that, which always, it's counterintuitive, because I wish that were available. Now there are mechanisms in when you're doing things with 3D to like backface stuff. I guess I could turn it upside down, or there might be other weird ways to do that, but not today. This is fine. So we turn it upside down because the relationship between the item and the other item is the same, right? So we got this middle element, and then it's down and over, and then this, if we do it down and over, it works, but then you flip it up and down, it is correct. I don't think I said that very well. I'm a little tired. But let's submit this and make sure we're 100%. I think we are. I think we've got all the colors correct. Pure black box shadows can, trick you. But let's do minify and unit replace and make this an ampersand, and we're done, I think. Probably more efficient ways to do these lines too, but yeah, that's a better score. That's a fun one. I also wanted to shout out Marcus, who mentioned attempting to do yesterday's using gradients and couldn't quite get it, and I just want to verify that I took a shot at it today using a sequence of a conic gradient for the hands, of course, and then a radial gradient for the circle, and then a bunch of conic gradients to do various triangles, and it is really kind of a mess. The diff there is just ugly and painful. So I was able to get to 99.9%, but I think that this is so specific in terms of its errors, like it's just no good. And just to demonstrate exactly what the pieces are. So if I get rid of the background color, which is what this is, you'll see that's the final step, and I'll move backwards. So that was the what 1 o'clock. No, I guess that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 2. Well, it's actually no. It would be 1, 12, 1, 2. So there is no number here. So it's at the 45-degree angle. But let's remove each one. So there's that. So that's an angle. That's another one, another conic gradient. That's another conic gradient. There's a conic gradient. None of these work very well. So I'll remove all the conic gradients now. Or all the conic gradients that we're doing that. So this is what's left. And then it's linear gradients, which I think actually match pretty well, right? You look at those, and they are doing their job very well. It's the ones at an angle that'll get you. So you need a different way to do those. Okay, so now that's all those, and then here's this last linear gradient, and then get rid of the radial gradient, and then you're left with the conic, which is the part that I kept. But yeah, not as good a solution as, yeah. So I was only able to get to 99.9%. So that's a fun one. And so that was the winner from yesterday. And anyway, that's super fun. This is a great one. I enjoy that one. I'll be thinking about other ways to do that one as well. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Go make a web page, please, and see you again soon.